Who needs Mondays, am I right? Yeah, somehow I just completely forgot to vlog at all yesterday. So we're starting this week in my life on a Tuesday. That's how it is. Yesterday was nothing exciting anyways. It was literally just class and reading, back and forth all day. So thrilling stuff. It's 8 o'clock right now, so I am on my way to campus for my in-person morning class. It's bright and early. My hair also looks great, and I'm really mad that you can't see it, but I've got the little like fountain going up on the top of my head, and I'm really proud of it. You can't see it that well there either. Anyways, regardless, it looks good, and it's not being captured in its full glory in the car because the black behind me is the same as my hair, so you'll have to imagine that it looks good. This is just I feel like a straightforward week. It's editing week for our closed briefs, so I wrote that whole draft on Friday and I posted a vlog about that and wrote it all in one sitting because of course I did, and I haven't looked at it since. And I've got 2 sessions today, one with my TA for that class and then one with the school's writing center to get some feedback on it. So we're gonna do that and hopefully spend some time tweaking it today. My open memo, so the last writing assignment I did was like the one thing last semester that I was like really not happy with. So we're gonna try to be happier with it this time around. Not that I didn't think the writing was good, and I think most of it was okay. There were just like a couple of things where I like made kind of silly mistakes as far as excluding information that would have been useful and relevant, and it bumped off points. And yeah, so I didn't do as well on that as I would have liked to, but we're gonna fix that this semester. So hopefully gonna get some good feedback from people that I'm meeting with today and start fixing things. I already also have a list of things that I know I want to tweak, but because I was trying to do the whole like 48 hours of not touching it, I haven't looked at it since. So I'm doing such a great job of vlogging this week. It's Wednesday. It's the day that I have normally one class, but this week I have no class because the class that I have this week is my legal writing class, and because we have our briefs due this week, they are canceled for class, and we're just having like one-on-one meetings to go over drafts of our writing projects. So today it's always fun that like even a day that you feel like is a free day is never really a free day in law school. There's no such thing. So I am up, slept in just a little bit this morning, and I've done a little bit of just like enjoyable reading. I have therapy in a little bit, and then immediately after that I have my draft conference with my professor. So basically it's just 20 minutes where he'll look over things and give me feedback. I'm going to have him really focus on the factual background section, which doesn't seem like it'd be that big of a deal, but it's where I got slammed last semester for like just missing out on details, or just like not doing it quite the right way. So that's definitely a part that I want to make sure I do better this time. And then just also just a general gist of my arguments and making sure that I'm like kind of going about them the right way. I spent a good bit of time yesterday after my first conference editing and kind of fixing up places where different people had kind of flagged for me that I could do things better or more efficiently or communicate things more effectively. I also found one spot where I like straight up wrote a sentence that wasn't a sentence. Like there was no, there was just a very long subject, and then it like assumed there was a verb somewhere and then started talking like it was the end of a sentence. And I like read it over 3 times and I was like, this wasn't words. Good job, Taylor. So yeah, I think that's what I get for writing it in 6 hours, hyped up on a lot of caffeine. like, it makes sense that I would like somehow forget how sentences work somewhere in the middle there. Honestly, the fact that that only happened one time is probably impressive. So just more of fixing that today. So once I have my draft conference with my professor, I'm actually gonna go straight to the gym afterwards and get my workout in for the day, and then come back and it's grind time again. So I've got to get my reading done for my, what are you doing? For my civil procedure and constitutional law classes, and then I'm going to also spend some quality time editing, and then a few little random assignments for my legal research class, and that's basically the day. But the good news is, on the whole, I've noticed this week I feel a lot more like energized. I feel a lot more kind of ready to tackle things, which is very positive because I have felt like very burnt out for the past couple of weeks, and so I don't know what I've done to fix it, but I clearly, like, by kind of stepping back and doing kind of the bare minimum, I've somehow rejuvenated myself a little bit, and that's a very, very good thing because it's only week 6, so it's no time for burnout yet. Once again, killing it on the vlogging thing. Also, if my lips look kind of like a little purplish, it's because I had dark gray liquid lipstick on earlier today, and it has like come off most of the way, but not all the way, because I haven't like actually properly taken my makeup off yet. So if it look weird, that's why. Anyways, has been a very busy, very jam-packed day as expected. So I had my conference with my professor, which was really good and definitely helped me kind of both see where I needed to kind of make some changes and pick up some details and rework some things, but also just like made me feel good about what I had written. So I needed that little ego boost. Was really nice, like just a little bit of like telling me that I have in fact written something good, because a lot of this, because we're like branching out into a new writing style, kind of feels a little bit up in the air. So knowing that I still managed to do a pretty decent job has definitely upped my confidence in my writing for this paper, and I'm getting closer and closer. I did some more editing work on it tonight, and I'm getting closer and closer to it being like something that I'm like ready to turn in and get a grade on and hopefully do well on. I also knocked out all of my reading. I'm attempting to finish a book before I go to bed tonight. I'm still sitting at my desk. I don't know why. I should be like not at my workspace when I'm doing leisure reading, but for some reason I'm just still here. And yeah, that's it. Tomorrow is going to be fun. I am hosting an event for the first time, so like a student organization meeting. I am like moderating it, and I've been working with the professors that we're having speak at the meeting for a while now, like getting the whole thing set up and getting all of the promotion out and all of that fun stuff. So kind of tomorrow's the day where it all comes together, so that's really exciting. It'll be nice to kind of have that under my belt and be able to say that I, you know, did planned an event for the law school. I also still have not heard back from my interviews from last week as far as a yes or a no answer, so that's still all up in the air. But I did also get contacted today about scheduling another interview, so this process just truly never ends. But I have that interview now set up for Friday, so yet another thing on the list of things that have potential. I swear somehow my life is just like incredibly boring. I do the same thing every week, but somehow no week is ever actually the same, and I don't know how that makes sense, but it does. This week is just absolutely all over the place. I'm like looking at my day tomorrow, and it's just meeting after meeting after meeting that aren't normally on my schedule, and just all things being thrown at me, and all things thrown at me like relatively recently. Like we're all scheduled within the past like 24 hours, so that's wild. But yeah, I just got back from my in-person morning class, and have a little bit of time to get things done before we have the meeting that I am hosting. And so we're gonna start that a little bit earlier. It's an hour-long meeting right before my back-to-back classes, so love that for me. But I'm gonna start a little bit early to make sure that we've got everything together, because this is the first time I'm running something like this and I don't want to mess it up. So that'll be fun. But until then, I've got a little bit of time to get some random things done and also eat, because I'm starving and I never can eat breakfast before my first class because it's just so early that it's just not, my brain's not ready to eat food yet. But then I'm starving by the time I get home, so I should go make food. I don't know why I filmed this sitting in my car when I could literally have just walked up a flight of stairs into my apartment and filmed it inside, but here we are. You gotta have the car vlog. I guess it's a good place to sit and talk, so. Woo, okay. It is now pitch black behind me, but yeah, it's been a good day. The event that I was running went really well. We had like a really good turnout and it was like a really good discussion. So I feel very proud of that. And then had class, had a Court of Appeals judge come give us another little conversation. If you've watched any of my previous vlogs, you know that I've been going to a bunch of these because my school has brought in a bunch of appeals court judges and just various judges, and they've all had like really insightful little conversations. So as someone who wants to do some stuff in the judiciary at some point, it's a really great way to get some exposure into that. So very grateful that my school has been putting those on. Now, basically, the only thing that I have left to do tonight is I need to do my like outlines for the week. So just the updated like court case guides. We are kind of getting towards the point where I'm going to start making my actual outlines, which are much less like my weekly review, and they're more like, you know, literally a consolidated Word document of everything we've done over the course of the semester, and is a little bit more conceptual based and is a bit more, you know, wrapping your head around that. However, there are a lot of other things that are, I guess, more like pressing. So obviously I have this memo due this week. I also have a paper for my criminal law class that is not due until March 21st, but apparently other people in my class are like already turning in drafts, which makes me feel very behind on my own life. So I am going to, I think, attempt to write that next week. So once I get those two things knocked out of the way, then hopefully I will finally have time to actually start my outlining process. But for now, now that it's dark outside and I have been working / in meetings all afternoon, I am going to make dinner. I have pre-made stuff, so I'm literally just gonna reheat something and eat it, which is exactly what I need right now. I'm just like not in the mood to put in more than that level of effort, and I honestly think that if I didn't have food pre-cooked right now, I would be ordering Uber Eats. So that's where we're at. It's a Thursday night and I'm a little dead. Okay, can we just take a moment for how this sports bra like is the perfect tattoo highlight? Like, I love that. I don't think I've put this one on since I got the tattoo, and that is so cool. Like, it's literally like a rose behind a cage. Love that. Anyways, today is a very busy day, so starting off bright and early, I've been doing some research for my paper this morning, and I'm about to have class, so that's obviously a thing that counts. And then this is my like very last legal research class of the semester, so that's exciting. Getting at least one class knocked out of the way. It's like the one that's the least amount of effort, but still it'll be good to be done with it. And then I have a meeting with my faculty mentor, which is good because I just have a lot of different life questions that I want to run by her. Probably getting like very ahead of myself, but just things about law review and about classes next semester, and my summer job search, which is still ongoing. So just getting all of her input on all of the above should be really helpful. I think it's really great to just like be able to check in with faculty and people who have like been through all of this stuff before and just get their input on things. So I need to do that with a couple of professors. I'm gonna go like to their office hours next week and just be like, hi, help. Because I feel like that would be valuable, and the times that I did that last semester was like very nice and was very insightful. So definitely going to think about doing that again. And then after that, I do have an interview today, so I mentioned that earlier in the video. So just good, because I still haven't heard back from either of those two places I interviewed last week, even though they said they were gonna say something this week. So who knows what that means. Go ahead and reject me already, please. Or accept me. Obviously that's the preferable option, but either way, just an answer would be nice. So still waiting on that, but have an interview today. Also have a Q&A session for my legal writing assignment that's due. These are nice. He just does these like big Q&A sessions where people can ask whatever questions they want about the assignment, and it always has ended up giving me insightful information that I overlooked the last time, or overlooked in my draft. So I also actually think I have some specific questions for him regarding citations, because I didn't have time to address those during my one-on-one conference with him, and I feel like that's probably a thing that other people are going to want to know as well. So I will probably have questions too. So for some reason, this cat this week has decided that he just wants to eat this plant, this fake plant. It's not allowed. It's oh man, he looks, how much do you hate me right now for taking you away from the plant that you can't eat? Anyways, it's a busy day, and then after that I've got some editing to do on the said paper, and also I'm gonna try to go to the gym. It'll be much later in the day than normal, which I don't like. I like being able to go. I hope y'all heard the thunk that my cat just made as he hit the ground. I normally like being able to go in the middle of the day, but just because of everything that is going on today, that is not an option, so I will be going in the evening. Okay. I think my life has changed since I last filmed. So yeah, I mentioned that I had a meeting with my faculty mentor, which I did. And because of that meeting, I am potentially applying for a master's degree. It's just genuinely absurd. Also because not only would I be applying for a master's degree, I'd say dropping the camera down, not only would I be applying for a master's degree that I would do on top of my current degree, the deadline's in 3 days. I'm literally potentially applying for another year of school and another whole degree in 3 days. There's just something so fundamentally absurd about that. I actually probably won't be doing the whole application in 3 days, so I'm possibly getting an extension because, you know, I just found out about it today. So, but still, everything is just deeply funny about this. Might be going to grad school. Hey. Yeah, my professor just emailed me, my mentor just emailed me back because I'm trying to figure out some specific details about it and about getting the rest of my application together. This is wild. Yeah, it could be really cool though, and it's basically would be exactly kind of aligned towards my career goals, which is pretty cool, and would just stick me in school for another year. The interview I had went well. Honestly, what's helpful is I did a video last week where I mentioned all the interview questions I've been asked. I have nothing new to add. They were all questions I'd already been asked before, which is good because it meant that I, you know, felt like I had consistent answers for things. So that's a positive. And then had the Q&A session with my professor and got some information that I needed about citations, because legal citations are a mess. And by a mess, I mean there's a very, very specific set of rules for how they have to be done. And trying to make sure that you don't screw that up somehow is really important. So I was dealing with that, but now I'm going to go to the gym and then come back and make the edits that I have noted to myself to make on that brief, and potentially sort out a grad school application. Love that for me. Yeah, okay. I got confirmation that I can A, get an extension, and B, can use one of my former bosses as a recommender, which is kind of the thing that I was concerned about, because I need another letter of recommendation, and I don't have any professors in law school yet that I'm like super like, you would be like a person that I would have write a recommendation letter. So between those two things, I think I'm applying to get a master's degree. So that's obviously no guarantee that I get accepted to do the master's degree, but I think I'm applying to do a master's degree. Today has taken a turn. This is not what I was expecting from my life when I woke up this morning. I'm genuinely just laughing because I find it so funny. I was talking to one of my friends saying that, like, on one hand I was like, wow, this is a really like, I'm making this decision really quickly. I have like 3 days until the deadline, and I'm like trying to like decide make this huge decision, as if that's not how I've made every decision in my life. Like, I made the decision to defer law school for an extra year in like the moment that I like thought about it, I knew I was gonna do it. This is no different. It's just there's now an external time frame also pushing that on me. But anyways, yeah, this is fun. And now I am hyped up on pre-workout and adrenaline from major life decisions. And I'm gonna go work out. This gym parking lot is super crowded, so I'm not looking forward to what's awaiting me inside, but it's too late now. I've chugged a whole thing of pre-workout. You can't do that and then not do anything with it. That's a bad idea. I'll just sit here bouncing. This is a late night update. I say late, it's 9:30, which kind of late. Oh. When the light in my car goes off, it's very, very dark. Anyways, yeah, so we are doing the dang thing. I sent out a request for a bonus letter of recommendation that I need to finish off the application, and then wrote my entire statement of purpose in one sitting. So we're applying for a master's degree, and yeah, so that's a thing that's happened in the past 12 hours. Sorry, I know I've probably laughed way more in this video than seems normal, and it's very much like, Taylor, this isn't funny. Like, why are you laughing at this? I just find my life absurd sometimes, and I have to laugh at it. So that's exactly what we're doing here. Anyways, I am literally just in my car because I'm gonna go for a drive. That seems like a good idea. And I'm probably gonna either stop somewhere and get ice cream or candy or some sort of dessert, which is sort of a reward for finishing that whole statement, but is also just a, I think I deserve this tonight type deal. So we're gonna do that. I'm also going to end the vlog here. This is probably a very short one because I didn't film a lot this week. Then again, I say that a lot and end up with like 30 minutes of footage, so I could be completely off base. I will find out tomorrow when I start assembling the clips. I'm still pretty sure I forgot Monday existed. Like, I forgot to film anything on Monday, so I do think this is going to be on the shorter side, so I will hopefully not be eating my words, but if I am, I can just, we can make fun of me now. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button down below. Also hit the bell icon while you're at it so you get notified every time that I post a new video. I have new videos that come out Wednesday and Saturday. My Wednesday ones are a bit more informational sometimes, and my Saturday ones are vlogs like this. So if you want to get notified when those come out, there's a button, and then a button you hit on top of that one. And we're off. We're gonna go blast some Taylor Swift and drive down a highway for an hour. Great Friday night activity. Bye.